Alrighty, and welcome back to Blackphoenix Entertainment. It's going to be another one. I'm going to piggyback off my last video about CTE and talk about something that really sucks and hits close to home. And man, just sucks. There's no other word for it. But so this professional wrestler, her name was Daffney Unger. That was her wrestling name. Real name Shannon Sparrow. She recently committed suicide and cited CTE and mental health issues as the cause of it, and that's bad. I'm going to get into some of the details as to what happened with that. So for those of you who may not know professional wrestling or who she is, she did wrestle under the name Daffney. Came into prominence around 1999-2000 in WCW. Now for those of you who are familiar with WCW, the last 3 years of WCW was not great by any stretch of the imagination, but she stood out, being the scream queen, gothic queen that she was, in a company that was just absolute trash. She was actually a standout in those last couple of years, and she did great character work and stuff like that. So that's kind of where she started. Then from there, once WCW closed down and got bought out, she went out on the independents. Then she found her role in NWA TNA, which is now Impact Wrestling. Great stuff with that, with Dr. Stevie and Raven. A lot of cool little storyline segments there. I think what happened in TNA was not fair to her at all. She got really beat up. She suffered a lot of injuries there, a lot of concussions, multiple concussions in a short amount of time there, and that's a catalyst for CTE. Not just because you could have one concussion, wait it out or whatever, and be fine, and then maybe like a few years later have another one. When you're having multiple concussions in short succession amount of time before your body and your brain has a chance to heal, that makes things a little bit worse. So there was that, and there were just some backstage stories of them convincing her to do certain stunts and things that she was just not comfortable doing, and they happened to convince her, and she did them anyways, and she got injured. So there you go. That's the one thing that pisses me off about the business, is everyone has different skill levels and different things that they're comfortable with doing and performing. You should never, ever have to convince someone to do something that they're not comfortable doing. You know, and that's on, I'm not even going to name who did it, because that guy just pisses me off in general, but you know who you are, you know what you did to her, and you're a piece of shit. So fast forward, let's say about 10 years, and that seems to be the time range that we see a lot of this, is like a lot of after 10 years of, you know, where some of these injuries occur is when you start seeing a lot of the problems start manifesting. And apparently she was having a lot of issues and hiding them well, because a lot of her friends and everything kept saying, oh, you know, she was always happy, you know, always willing, always kind. Kindness is the word that really comes up when they talk about Shannon. But she was really struggling. She was struggling a lot. And a few weeks ago, she happened to go on Instagram Live, like in tears, just like totally distraught and ranting and just kind of saying all these things and basically saying goodbye. She read herself her last rites, and one of the last topics that she said was give my brain to Boston, which, if you're not familiar with this, is where a lot of the CTE research goes. And then she went off live. So this situation has a lot of similarities to Junior Seau. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but his situation was very similar. He was going through a lot of stuff, and eventually I believe he left a note, maybe? I mean, someone can correct me on that, but basically just left a note like, hey, my brain is gone, you know, use it for research type deal, and he ended up killing himself. So she kind of followed along the same suit, and from the information I've been able to gather, I think she had been planning this for a little bit because she had moved, and even some friends had a hard time finding where she was. I don't think she really told anybody like where she moved to, or she was in the process of moving or something like that. And the police tried to find her, and the last couple of addresses they had for her, she wasn't there. So this could have been like a long play for her, being like, I need to, play this out and, do what I got to do to, end the suffering, I guess. I think that's the part that we don't understand, scientists and doctors, and even, no one really understands what is truly happening with the brain while the person is living that causes these types of things, irrational thoughts and, knee-jerk reactions and things like that, and the emotional distress. It's just, the obvious thing, if we look at it from a bird's eye view, yeah, your brain physically is damaged, so yeah, it's going to act weird, but I think there still has to be a lot of research as to the why factor. And again, I talked in my previous video, we just don't have the technology right now to do that on a living, but I think finding a way to monitor the living in a contained environment might help a little bit. I don't know how much, but I think it's better than actually, doing nothing. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that briefly. It is just, it's really sad, because she really was, different in professional wrestling. She had the different look and gimmick and all of that. And she was just, again, the stories that you hear about her and read about her is she was just the nicest person, and it just really sucks how this went down. But go ahead, go and if you want to do your own research and look her up, that would be really cool. And just you guys can learn about her, because she deserves it. It's definitely underrated and wasn't appreciated enough while she was here. Well, thank you guys for listening to my past couple of videos about CTE. You guys know I'm a big advocate for that, and anytime I can spread the word and maybe educate a couple people and all of that fun stuff, it works for me. So again, thank you. And if you guys got any questions on any of this stuff, go down in my comments, you leave me a comment. You could always email me or message me on social media and all of that. So again, I appreciate it, and I guess we'll start our regularly scheduled vlogs next week. So thank you again, everybody, and I'll see you on the next vlog.